Welcome to AAMFT's three-part series, Exploring the Potential Restructuring Process. Today in Part 1, we will look at what creates success in today's world. Google is one of the most recognizable companies in the world today. They are viewed as thought leaders, innovators, and pioneers. They benefit from intense consumer loyalty and trust, evident by their 67.6% market share of all internet search systems, their highest mark ever. Google is so popular that it even became a verb in our lexicon. But Google isn't comfortable resting on their laurels. They are determined as a company to become even more innovative and indispensable to their consumers. When thinking strategically about the future, Google looks to the second-order changes, not how to improve upon current success, but how to dream big enough to change the world around them. One of these long-term strategic goals is an achievement called Google Now. The idea of enabling predictive searches to know what you need before you even ask for it. Too far out there? In the short term, Google is focusing on the development of their products to meet their consumer need and really make the world a better place. By now, most people are familiar with Google Glass, and while it may seem like the technology is cool, but would have no place in your day-to-day life, did you know that Google is donating Google Glass products to non-profit organizations around the world for such uses as training doctors in developing countries on simple but life-saving surgeries to improve healthcare? Doctors can record their surgeries and easily share them with experts around the globe to perfect techniques and expand knowledge. Google is also working on a project called Baseline Study to determine how the human body works and to ultimately detect diseases like heart disease and cancer in their earliest stages. This contact lens is part of the Baseline Study and is used to monitor blood glucose levels in diabetics. So what allows Google to dream big and make real impactful change for the world? Well, first they invested in corporate structure and culture that is flexible, fostered by innovative ideas, but beyond that, their leadership focus is on the future. Asked at a recent TED Talk what he sees as the biggest mistake companies make, Google CEO Larry Page remarked, "The main thing that caused companies to fail, in my view, is that they missed the future." Google truly focuses on what their consumers need and how to meet that need, sometimes even before their consumers realize it. So what does Google have to do with the work of associations like AAMFT? Well, some might say the business philosophies employed by Google, such as relevancy, innovation, and being indispensable to their consumers, are even more important for associations to consider in their strategies, because by their very nature, associations have a limited audience. There's an expression that businesses use when developing strategy that says, "Content is critical, but relevancy is king." And in fact, Google's Vice President Amit Singhal had reiterated this when discussing how Google determines their strategies. For member associations, relevancy has to be the driving factor in looking towards the future. Relevancy means meeting members' needs and wants and adjusting as they change. Think about it. 15 years ago, Google didn't even exist. And now they are one of the world's most recognizable companies with immeasurable brand loyalty. And they did it by creating a business model that focused on flexibility, that allowed them to dream for the future and establish indispensable relevancy for their consumers. Dreaming big isn't just a concept anymore. It is a relevant and necessary business strategy.